What is up, everyone? My name's Brenner. Welcome to my channel. This is Mr. Liquor Sipper, and as you can hear, my microphone is actually working today, so that's a good plus. Have you guys ever had Old Grandad? We did a review over Old Grandad 114. This is not to be confused with the bottled and bond version. This is the 80 proof version. Have you guys ever had this? This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus. Find out if this is going to be a sipper or a skipper. Stay tuned. Let's go. Alright guys, I figured why not do a review over Old Grandad High Rye Mash Bill. Now, we've done the 114 in the past, as I have already stated. For whatever reason, out here where I am currently located, it is a rough find to get the 100 proof bonded. So, anyway, on to some classification and some factual things about this. Classification comes in at a straight bourbon. The company is Beam Suntory, which just seems like we are on two different themes here. We are on a theme of a budget bourbon for whatever reason. I think we've just fell into that by accident. I don't really have an explanation for it. And then number two, Beam Suntory. So a lot of things that are from Jim Beam. Again, this is distilled from Jim Beam. This is something that is an ongoing release, so should be very easy for you to find. You could even go down to your local grocery store and pick it up if they do in fact sell whiskey. If not, you can always hit up your local bum inside of the parking lot. Proof comes in at 80 proof, as I have stated. This is at least a 4-year-old bourbon, not 100%. The mash bill though is at a 63% corn, 27% rye, and then it comes in at 10% malted barley. Looks like a light honey color that you could get from your everyday honeybee extraordinaire where you would pick up your local honey. The price point for this one could be anywhere between $18 to $23 to $25. I got this for roughly $20. It was a good night with your mom, so she didn't complain about Old Grandad nor his saggy nuts, but here we are. And that's how I was actually born, so too much information. Alright, so while we're hanging out with your Old Grandad here, he's gonna tell you a little story, and within that story you're gonna come across some familiar names. One of them being the actual creator of this, whom was Raymond B. Hayden. Not to be confused, just kidding, it is one and the same, coming from Basil Hayden themselves. It's the grandfather of Meredith Basil Hayden Sr. The bourbon has been in production since 1882, including and during Prohibition, when it was produced by American Medicinal Spirits. That was the loophole, because this was medicinal, much how marijuana has been treated in the past. Now, that was kind of how whiskey was treated. That being said, the brand has changed ownership numerous times since it was originally created, and is now owned by Beam Suntory and was marketed as part of their Olds collection, which also includes Old Overholt, Old Tub, and Old Crow. Notably, the website, theoldwhiskies.com, so you can look it up there and find out. So just that information by itself slightly scares me away. Like, I really enjoyed the 114 from Old Grandad. He happened to be in a wheelchair, but somehow managed to get out of that wheelchair at 114 years old and walk around with a in shape, regulated, blue-pilled boner. All of that being said, I don't know how this bottle is going to fare whenever you compare it to Old Tub. I did a review over that one, and it was just one of those whiskeys that was just mediocre at best. Though I think when I did that review, it wasn't too bad, but it did kind of remind me of Play-Doh. But I also have experience eating Play-Doh when I was like 4. I didn't mind it. Now it's a little salty for me. Oh man, okay, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna sip this thing neat because it's only a measly 80 proof. I don't know about you guys, but it says on here the Grand Daddy of Bourbon. I don't know about you, but this motherfucker looks like he could be Jack the Ripper. Potentially a serial killer. But more or less, that's Jack the Ripper. I'm pretty convinced of that. You look creepy, especially with that smile. Can you imagine this guy on a penny? 1 cent. All right. Let's go ahead. So, as to be expected, when you're looking at the cheaper bottles, I don't expect a cork, but it would be nice because I just like to have the pop in there. This feels cheap already. So, that being said, at least we know that there's a good seal. So let's pour a little of this in there. This is pretty good. I'm getting better at this twirling thing here. Okay, now it's time for the most ridiculous thing of the show. It's nosing for newbies. Now, straight off the top of the glass here, it smells like sexual desperation and Dunder Mifflin. So a lot of weird paper. It also smells like carrots. Not to be confused with the vegetarian's asshole. Smells like Ozzy Osbourne's Christmas sweater. So lots of drugs and more drugs on the side next to that ham that you would have during the holidays. It also smells like a butcher shop full of expired meat, which is why Ozzy probably turned to drugs, so he could cope with that. It's like someone just flew past me. It smells like the weird broom handle from Harry Potter's broomstick. He's been holding on real hard after a strong case of masturbation. Smells like a bull rider's saddle. Kind of leathery, kind of like one too many females had an orgasm on that thing. Smells kind of grungy, like Kurt Cobain's guitar strap. I don't know if he hung that thing from his armpits or what. I gotta stretch. Now it's time for yoga. We're gonna go into the real nose. So first, smells like light cinnamon. Yeah, light cinnamon in there. You got some vanilla, caramel, some deep, intense anal sex. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Maybe. There's some definite baking spice in here. Kind of discreet, but not too crazy. There's some oakiness, but it's also balanced out with a little bit of apple, like maybe some apple cider vinegar. I'm just kidding, minus the vinegar, but definitely some apple cider in here. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just go to the palate, because we know that at this point, these things can be a little misleading. For all we know, you can't smell the cocaine, but you might be able to taste it. It's like a 80 proof. It still has a little Play-Doh in there from the old tub. All in all, I'm just kidding, it does not have that at all. It definitely has the apple and then the baking spices that are in there. It's actually pretty well balanced for something that you're getting for 20 bucks roughly. Sipper or skipper? Gilligan, a sip or two, a millionaire and his wife, a whiskey glass, and the bottle on here on Mr. Liquor Sipper. It's pretty good. I think you guys should try it. 20 bucks, it's not burning a hole in your pocket. And I don't think you're gonna miss your electric bill or your phone bill by purchasing a little bit of the old granddad, because everybody likes to have that weird pervert in the family that touches you in places that no one else can. And that's what old granddad does. It touches on the cheaper profile of the wallet, but on the richer end of the palate. It's not half bad. I actually enjoy this, and I am pleasantly surprised. And because of how smooth it is, granted it is an 80 proof, I would almost say that it might be better than the 114. It is hands down better than the old tub created by Play-Doh themselves. because I felt like they were just trying to do a money grab. There's a limited edition of Old Tub where they actually have the created Play-Doh dildo inside of the bottle. Also paired up with the song Message in a Bottle. Basically, it's a hidden message saying you're fucked because that thing sucks, don't buy that thing. That was not part of the original review, but this is after me going back. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you jumping in to the whiskey glass with me and sipping on some information. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your homies, tell your enemies, tell everyone in between, and tell your creepy ass grandfather about Mr. Liquor Sipper because it helps with the algorithm. Everyone hates the algorithm. Folks, everyone hates the algorithm. I like it, but everyone else hates it. It's helping me, it's helping you. I don't know why, I just had a little twist of the tonguey, but it's okay. Alright guys, thank you. And until next time, cheers and keep on sipping. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a good one.